Hello, hello. I'm back for more Mystery Dungeon. I wonder if we might actually be able to finish the plot tonight. I don't remember how long it takes to get through all of this part. I guess we'll see. At any rate, might as well get started. I did some grinding, but I didn't actually end up doing too much, because the dojo is not really the best place to grind now. Like, I think the Miracle Sea, or maybe the Surrounded Sea, one of those two, would probably be a lot better for gaining levels at this point. But I couldn't go there because if I went out to a proper dungeon just once, there would be a story cutscene immediately afterward, I found out, so I had to reset. So I did a little bit of grinding in the dojo, but not too much, just up to level 47. And then I dropped a suspend save in the middle of a dungeon, so that I didn't have to do that on stream. I just took care of a few jobs, basically. Oh, did I say 47? I meant 57, yeah. Also, Shinx didn't actually need to be caught up. I forgot that this mod gives experience points to the Pokemon that aren't in your active party. What else happened? I know, I maxed out the IQ stat for both Owen and Shinx, so now at this point, when they get like an amazing miracle drink or a drink that Spinda has a good feeling about, instead of getting an extra IQ boost, they just get extra stat boosts now. I also got a couple new items, I think. Most of them are unremarkable. Actually, did I really get much of anything new? I don't know. Well, these are all my exclusive items now. They're giving some decent stat boosts. So that's cool. Picking up this item that an outlaw dropped is the last thing I had to do just to finish up the last job I had in this dungeon. I can show that dungeon later. Another time, it's just the Midnight Forest. But yeah, with that concludes a few jobs that I basically just did off-stream. Oh yeah, the ground dust, I forget what that does, I'll have to look. Playing the Red Rescue Team, go to where you save Metapod. The dungeon is the problem because it has Grass-type Pokemon in that dungeon. I forgot what starters you had, but I take it Grass-type is a problem. Yeah, that... You always, no matter which Pokemon you have, really, you always end up coming up against some dungeon or boss that has like a bad type matchup. It's kind of ends up being a tough part of getting through the game. You kind of end up just needing to be like, Mudkip, yeah. You kind of just end up needing to, like, level up a little more than usual or make good use of items, I guess. Another thing you can do, too, that you can try to do, is try to kind of get your partner to attack the enemies and actually, like, stay away from them a bit with Mudkip. It's storming. You know what that means. Plot. Every time there's a storm, there's been, like, something major.
Sounds like a storm is coming. It's been a long time since the last storm. It's been quiet for a good while now. So, in a way, a storm would be refreshing.
If you say so.
You know, our big adventure, when we stopped the destruction of time, it already feels like it happened a long time ago.
Yes, it does feel that way. Going to the future with Shinx. Fighting Dialga at Temporal Tower. Now that I think about it, it does feel like all those things were a long time ago. Now that time has returned to normal, and peace has come to the world, it reminds me that because time returned to normal, it became possible for everyone to evolve at Luminous Spring again. Everyone but us, that is. We were told that we can't evolve at Luminous Spring. I remember it clearly. Flashbacks. But yeah, what is that about?
We were told why Shinx and I can't evolve yet. We were told that there was a distortion in the fabric of space that prevented our evolution. But what does a distortion in the fabric of space mean? Time is back to normal, but maybe some things are still out of whack.
Ah, lightning!
It's a nice touch that they actually had the flash of light and a time delay before the sound effect. A lot of games don't think to do that, actually. Isn't the player character in the post game isn't human? It's just a Pokemon with it's the same player character. The player character is the same person they were in the main story, which is to say they were once a human, but they got turned into a Pokemon. And they don't actually have any of their memories of being human. They just know that they were, and what their name was. Don't know how long I'll be here. Still have to get a present for a family member. Gotcha. That's alright. Groudon was so easy last night. Nice.
I think the storm's getting closer. We should get some sleep now. Good night, Owen.
This is proceeding nicely. This forest's distortion in the very fabric of space itself is growing. Ah, the distortion of space and dimension itself. If it expands further, my own power will be amplified. I failed to destroy time, but things will be different now. Someone's coming. It's Cresselia, that persistent pest. I must not be caught. Not ever.
Which I maybe shouldn't be spoiling, actually. I'll think about whether I want to cut that out. Should I cut that out of the VOD? Maybe I should cut that out of the VOD.
He got away again. This is the closest that I've ever gotten. But he always slips away. It may be difficult, perhaps impossible to catch him. No, I can't give up. He has to be caught. And the fabric of space being distorted like this must stop before it accelerates further. Before the world is thrown back into turmoil. I've got to do whatever it takes. I must stop Darkrai. Looks like the storm blew over. The weather is cleared up. Here's to another good day of exploring, Owen.
I mean, it's pretty near the start of the stream, so it shouldn't be too hard. It's within the first, like, 9 minutes. What did I get from... I'll sell that. I think I just used a Reviver Seed in that dungeon. Yeah. Oh yeah, I have like no money because I kept buying gummies. Oh no, I have a little money. That's right, I sold a couple TMs. Speaking of gummies, do you have any? The manga is not the same story as the game. The manga even ends before the game story ends. The manga is its own thing. They wanted it to be, they didn't want to go all the way to the end of the story because they didn't want to spoil it for people who were going to play the game, probably. Argami's 800 usually? The Reviver Seeds are 800. Oh, that's a surprising change. Oh, hey, wait, I should talk to everyone. They might actually, like, have dialogue. Oh, so... Oh, no, it's the same dialogue. Okay. Oh, I might just have to pass another day, actually. Yeah, I probably do. Reread what? Which person mentioned Destiny? Wait, who mentioned Destiny Tower? Who did I talk to that did that? Vigoroth? Team Charm left already. Say anything about coming back shirts on her. Oh, they never mentioned it. Or... No, he didn't. Your brain wants to see Destiny Tower. Amazing miracle drink! Oh yeah, let's watch this. Special defense rose, and then instead of getting IQ went up more, it's like special attack went up 5 points. This is what starts happening when your IQ gets maxed out. I guess I just do more guild work for today. You heard the Mystery Dungeon manga is good? Oh, you've never read it? Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was actually because of the Mystery Dungeon manga that if I ever, I always kind of had in mind an idea of what I would do if I ever did, like, LPs of, the whole series of Mystery Dungeon games, which probably isn't gonna happen, but, it's like with the idea of taking Trico and Shinx in this game is what I had in mind. For the GBA Rescue Team game, I wanted to have a Torchic and a Mudkip, and name the Torchic Genji, specifically because of the manga. I had it. I used to have it because it came in Nintendo Power, but unfortunately, like, some of it got lost, and then what I did have also, like, fell apart. I guess it wasn't bound together very well, so I just ended up not keeping it. There's scans of it online anyway. Yeah, it was a fun read. Concealed Ruins and Bottomless Sea. Surrounded Sea. Floor, 16th floor. I'm gonna take that one, but I'll do that later. No, Genji's partner is a Mudkip. I definitely remember that pretty clearly. Do I have a trick card? I do. What I don't remember is what the name of the rescue team in the manga is, or if they even had a named rescue team at all. Because I have I have the name Go-Getters, Team Go-Getters in mind, but I'm pretty sure that's not the manga. I'm pretty sure Team Go-Getters is the anime OVA. guess I'll explore the Lost Wilderness today. Is there a manga Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky? I don't know, actually. I only know, the only thing I know for sure is that there's a Rescue Team manga. Usually finish streaming at like that time, so you're shopping at the mall then. Okay. If that works for you. Nice job, Shanks. Ooh, Bullet Seed TM. Ooh, that's tempting. What would I replace that? What would I replace, though? Hit ratio is pretty bad, but I know, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't learn that. Heck yeah, amp planes. Too bad we're probably not gonna hear it for very long. Technician boosts moves with 60 and lower base power. Oh. Unfortunately, Owen does not have that. Oh no. Okay, good, it was just a sleep trap. Yawn. There is an Explorers of Darkness manga. Interesting. I might have to look that up later. Gonna stand back there, I'm gonna friggin' ranged move you. At the rate I'm progressing through this, I kind of wonder how much of the content I can get through before, like Christmas Eve and Christmas even come up. I was thinking Destiny Tower was gonna be a thing I would do on Christmas, but at this rate, I'm starting to wonder if it might just happen in the next few days. We'll have to see how it goes. I don't want to start the... I don't want to, like, start the Grovile epilogue chapter on Christmas or Christmas Eve. So I would want to save that for after. Or before, if possible. And I wouldn't want to start Explorers of the Spirit on those days either. I think I have an idea of what I could do, though, if it comes down to it. Please don't die, Paliper. What floor am I getting to? Like the 13th, right? Or some... 16th with Pelipper and 12th for the other job. Alright. Reached destination floor. Is the Owl just wandering around randomly? Thank you, Jinx. Fanpy. Huh. I guess they are native to this dungeon. Wait, don't tell me that was the item. No. What about you, Ivysaur? Yeah, you might be the outlaw. Yep. There we go. That's interesting. I didn't expect the music to change as soon as I finished the job. I thought it was just switching floors that would change the music. Just a few more floors. Facebook Messenger chat going off with lunch plans. Ah, Christmas lunch plans, gotcha. Ooh, another TM. Some family members are like so lost on simple instructions. It'd be like that sometimes. You mean like cooking instructions? Hello! Okay, not cooking instructions. Just menu ordering. That bad. Yeah? Oh, it's one of these. Did Ginseng give me a +3? It did give me +3, yes. It gave it to me all at once, which is, at the time I reacted like, wow, I didn't even know it could do that. Oh, could this be? Is it the legendary Golden Chamber? Yes, finally, it's finally the Golden Chamber! My character is hungry. He'll be fine. We're leaving the dungeon soon. Oh no, I forgot the mobile scarf! No! How did I forget? Ah, I don't have a troll orb either. No. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Ugh. Alright. Bye, Pelipper. Congratulations! Team Discovery went up in rank from Diamond rank to Super rank! You've been carrying at least one Drought Orb with you always? That's smart. Ooh, a Joy Seed for advancing rank. That's cool. No stick cap. Racket Band. Does that prevent anyone on the team from falling asleep? I'll have to check that. Sleepy sleep. Is this a dream? Oh? Some real, rescue team flashbacks right here. There's someone here. Who is it? I am Cresselia. Cresselia? Your very existence is pushing the world toward ruin. The world to ruin? How am I doing that? Because you are in this world. Because you exist here. If you remain, the world will be destroyed. Ah! What was that? Shinx is asleep. I guess that was a dream? What a strange dream, though. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. It's not even dawn. I'll get more sleep. Ominous.
Oh yeah, the weather's great today again. Let's do good again today, Owen.
Same dialogue. I'll save that one. I'll save these because I don't have a lot of money right now, so I don't want to open them. And then I was gonna sell a few things, right? Oh, yeah. More gummies. Man, I have a lot of items in my inventory. I need to double check that. Did I? Yeah, I came in here. Earlier, a strange Pokemon appeared and asked me to give this to Team Discovery. Mount Thunder! I know what you mean. I'll be fine. I have a lot of good stuff in my inventory. I've got like 6 reviver seeds. Amazing miracle drink! Oh, IQ increased. I guess it doesn't always give stat boosts at this point, even though it ought to. I've also got the usual, like, 4 separate orbs to deal with monster houses I might encounter. Isn't Mount Thunder where Zapdos is in Rescue Team? Yes, and Mount Thunder was added to this mod. I think it was Mount Thunder. They mentioned something about that, because I forget which... It's at least, like... I think it's Mount Thunder and Mount... whichever mountain Moltres was on were added to this mod. Mount Blaze, yeah. Okay, give me that mobile scarf. Let's see. Oh, do I have anything? Oh, you know what? Might want a couple of these. Yeah. That's a lot of items. Oh, I don't need those gravel rocks. I'm gonna store the mystery part for now. I guess that's what I'm going with. Hey, do you have a limited time offer for me? You do. Yeah, you usually do. I'll take that. Calcium. Special attack. That's more of an Owen thing. Shinx's attacks are all physical. Oh, that job. I should, go ahead and activate Mount Thunder. The message deleted itself. Anything here? Nope. Time to pass another day. I'm sure nothing at all is going to happen after we go to sleep tonight. So I've got Surrounded Sea. What else is around? Mount Thunder, isn't it just a Sky exclusive dungeon? Is it? I don't know, the mod said something about adding a couple of those. I kinda don't remember. Did they rename and redesign it? I'm not sure. Crevice Cave, 4-star job. Ooh, Blizzard Island. Blizzard Island is kind of painful, though. For a grass type, but at the same time... Yeah, that's the thing that does have me confused, because Mount Thunder, it just gave it to me as one of the 7 treasure missions. I don't know. You know what? I'd rather go to Surrounded Sea than Blizzard Island, because... yeah. I'll take this job for later, though. No, they didn't add the entirety of Rescue Team areas in this mod. They just, my understanding is they wanted to make it to where each of the 3 birds actually had, like, a boss fight at the end of a dungeon in this mod, instead of, I don't know, maybe it was like only one of them actually had a proper boss fight. in the original version, when they were just like wandering legendaries. I'd have to like double check some of that, because I'm not sure what the deal was with the original versus this. Seven treasures. Okay, yeah. Originally in this for the Seven Treasures dungeons, Mount Avalanche had Articuno as a boss fight, but Zapdos and Moltres were not boss fights and did not have their own dungeons. I wonder if they removed a couple of the. I'm sure. I think it's still the unless I don't know. Either they added more treasures or maybe they swapped things out. Because originally one of the bosses at the end of one of the Seven Treasure dungeons was Mew. That is kind of a weird choice, so I wonder if they took that out. We'll have to see. Zapdos was a roamer in Amp Plains. Yep, that checks out. Now the real question is just whether they have more than 7 treasures in this mod, or if they swapped out a couple of the originals for Zapdos and Moltres. Honestly, I wouldn't be too mad about it if they swapped out Mew, because that's a really weird... Mew as a wandering legendary makes more sense than Mew as a boss at the end of a dungeon, to be honest. So all the other ones... Oh yeah, taking... I mean, I can't think of any of the other ones that would be good to take out. Yeah, that's the thing, like, out of those, I don't know who I would want to remove. If I had to remove any of those other than Mew, I guess maybe Heatran? But then, like, honestly, I don't know. Oh! They probably just moved them to their own dungeons? Maybe. I might just... Okay, you know what? I might just, I'll try handling this without using an item, because, like... Major type advantage here. Oh, confusion. That's... Yeah, that's bad. I might actually have to... I gave it a shot, but then I got confused, and that's not... That's no bueno. One of them is literally covering the stairs. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oops. Yep, Monster House. I used an orb to petrify, paralyze all of them. Eat. I'm glad the sludge trap keeps, like, not working. At least I got a lot of experience out of that. Been going back and forth cooking, so you came back to chaos? Yeah. My best advice for a monster house, if you don't have an orb of some sort, is just to back away into the hallway. You and or your partner are probably going to take a couple hits in the process, which is unfortunate, but at least you might survive. And then once you're in the hallway, they're all forced to funnel towards you one at a time. Which is honestly just how I used to always handle monster houses, but yeah, using orbs is a lot better. There's your Kingdra. What if there's a Pokemon with Explosion in the Monster House? The good thing is that will damage all the enemy Pokemon too, not just your team. Well, all the enemy Pokemon surrounding it. A Renberry? No, thank you. Honestly, too bad that it is just an area of effect. If it would actually be to your benefit if it was the whole room. Since it's like the one move that has friendly fire. Oh, a Cleanse Orb. Did I pick up anything sticky? No. Misty Explosion? Oh, Fairy-type Explosion? Probably. I don't know if they did, but they did add a number of... I know they did add a number of Fairy-type moves. Also Pedal Wind or whatever, which is like a new freaking full screen hitting attack that didn't used to exist. Water types are the perfect type of outlaw for me to deal with. Petal Blizzard? Yeah. I think when I was going through Midnight Forest, which unfortunately I did off camera, but I'll show that dungeon later, Roserade was using it. I think that's what it was called. Oh, there's no moon. I just realized that. It's like they're showing the night sky, but there's no moon like usual.
Again? Am I dreaming again? Oh, that's... What was it again? Cresselia? Cresselia, please, tell me more about what you said last time. You said that my existence is driving the world toward ruin. What did you mean by that? You are a human who came from the future. You are not of this world. That is creating the distortion in the fabric of space. Distortion? In the fabric of space? And if the distortion of space were to expand, this world would be ruined. The distortion of space will ruin the world? You are a presence that must not exist in this world. You must not be here. Wait! Please tell me more! I can't. Fading away.
I did mean Petal Blizzard. Petal Dance is just a multi-hit move, single target, right? I might have remembered the name wrong, though. All I know is that whatever it was that was being used by Roserade was like a grass-type move that was hitting the entire room.
Hey, Owen? Come on, Owen. Wake up, Owen. It's morning already. Hey, look at this. The weather's great again. I had a dream again. It felt strangely real for a dream, though. I was told I can't exist in this world. In my dream, Cresselia said, if the distortion in the fabric of space expands, the world will be ruined. Oh, the distortion of space! We heard that somewhere before.
Luminous Spring, you cannot evolve!
I was told I was somehow connected to the distortion of space. I heard that at Luminous Spring. In that case, what I heard about my existence ruining the world, maybe it's true. Merely by existing here, I might cause the world's destruction. Is that what I am here? Why are you daydreaming? It's not like you, Owen. Come on, let's see some energy, Owen.
Yeah, Shinx is even peppier than usual.
But Shinx could be right. It's not for sure that I'm going to destroy the world. There's no point feeling sorry for myself. I gotta cheer up. Yes, that's the Owen I know. Let's make this another big day, Owen.
Hello? Hold up. There's big trouble, by golly. Oh yeah, you also might have been forgetting about this part, Wobbuffet. I'm glad I caught you. I almost kinda was myself. I reckon you were about ready to go out for the day.
What's wrong, Bidoof? Why are you in such a hurry?
No, you remember. Oh, okay.
There's trouble afoot. Little Azurill is in trouble. What? Azurill is in trouble? They brought the little fella to the guild. Let's hurry, Owen.
Not the little mouse.
Hey, Azurill, is he alright? There seems to be no danger to his life, but... What happened to him? He was sleeping and sleeping and sleeping, but he won't wake up. What? He won't wake up? Yes. I tried waking him over and over, but he's still asleep. I got worried, so I brought him to the guild. He seems to be tormented by something. He's been like that the whole time he's been asleep. It's like he's suffering. Is he having a bad dream?
Hey, that could be it. The way the little fellow is tossing and turning, it looks like he's having a nightmare, hey.
Hey, Chadot? Do you know how we can wake up Azurill? Unfortunately, I'm fresh out of ideas too. To be locked in a nightmare, unable to wake for days on end. I've never heard of such a thing. Since he's asleep, we can't feed him anything like berries. We're at our wits' end trying to come up with the cure.
Who'd know a way of getting rid of a nightmare, hey?
Everyone, can I say something?
What is it, Bidoof?
I got to thinking, since we can't make the nightmare go away, if we somehow figure out what kind of nightmare he's having, maybe we can figure out why that little Azurill can't wake up, by golly.
Oh, right! So we should look into Azurill's dream. How do we do that? Look inside a dream?
Yipes! Gosh, I'm sorry. Actually, that might be possible.
What?
Hey, how do you do that? We find Drowsy. If anyone can do it, Drowsy can.
Drowsy? I know that name somehow. That's it! Remember, Owen? We fought Drowsy!
He was being a bully, trying to force the little mouse to do something.
Yeah, that's him! Drowsy. He's that outlaw, the first one we ever caught. But why Drowsy?
This is just rumor, mind you, but they say that Drowsy has the amazing ability to enter others' dreams.
Really? He can enter dreams?
It's strictly rumor, I couldn't vouch for its truth. However, the possibility exists.
Okay, I get it. So if we were to ask Drowsy, maybe he'll be able to get into Azurill's nightmare. Hey, Magnemite? What became of Drowsy after you guys arrested him?
Drowsy was subjected to intense grilling by Officer Magnezone. He expressed remorse. He vowed never to break the law again. So we released him. Hey, but what did he really straighten out? Sounds really sketchy, hey?
Corfish, now's no time to be quibbling over that. So, where's Drowsy now?
He has gone away to cleanse his mind and spirit. He stated that he would study self-discipline on Mount Travail.
Mount Travail? That would be in the mountainous region.
You don't say.
Okay, so that's where Drowsy is now. We have to go, Owen. Off to Mount Travail. Oh, Shinx. Wait for us, Meryl. We promise we'll come back with Drowsy. Shinx, you always help us. Thank you so much. It's decided then. We'll leave this matter to Team Discovery. Everyone is worried about Azurill, but let's have Team Discovery handle it. Everyone else should go on as usual. All right, everyone, time for work. Hooray! You're in charge of finding Drowsy. Don't fail us. Okay, let's move it. We're off to Mount Travail. Let's find that Drowsy.
Drowsy should be in seclusion on Mount Travail.
Owen, Shinx, you always help us. Thank you so much.
Rumor has it that Drowsy can enter dreams. If we obtain Drowsy's help, it might be possible to enter a Cheryl's dream.
Leave this up to you, Team Discovery. They're just kind of saying the same things they said in the cutscene. Okay. Oh, what's happening to that little Cheryl is worrisome. I'm worried about that little Cheryl. What? You're volunteering for sentry duty now? This is hardly the time for that, you two!
That little Azurl has me worried too.
Croagunk just has no consistent voice. I know, I have a lot of memories of this game too.
I hope you managed to bring Drowsy back.
It's such a good game.
Mount Travail is to the east of here. Good luck.
Hey, you have to find Drowsy.
Well, before we set off, let's make sure I talk to everyone around, so we don't miss any dialogue. Okay, Lapras has no comment. I don't think Lapras is going to have any comments until this whole plot arc is wrapped up. Oh, do they? So you can't really get this cartridge for cheap anymore? That's not surprising, but that's a shame.
Did you hear the happy news? Why not? Thanks to everyone's recycling efforts, Project P made a new discovery.
This time, treasure is discovered, so we're offering a higher grade of items. That's all the more reason I wish they would do a remake of this too. I mean, honestly, I'd even take a port, just so more people can play this easily. But I'd really like a remake. Just like the Rescue Team one. Prism ticket. I honestly forgot about those. Special defense. I'll give that to Owen. Good feeling about this drink. Defense rose. IQ increased. Blue gummy. Defense rose. Clear gummy. Good feeling about this drink. Special defense. And IQ. What kind of prices? Yeah, what kind of prices do the carts tend to go for now?
I'm done climbing the mountain for now. I'll just relax here for a bit.
It's become pretty busy in here now that everyone's back.
Whoa, finally back!
Sky Peak was so much fun.
I wonder where I'll explore next time.
Just the right time. Strange Pokemon asked to give you this. Sky Stairway! Cool.
I haven't returned in a while. I wanted a Sky gift, so I've been exploring Sky Peak for some time.
Ones you've seen in stores go for 45 or higher. Yeah, that's not great. It could be worse, because, I mean, to be fair, that's actually not too much more than it went for when it came out. But, like, at the same time, if they just had an actual proper, like, say, digital release of this, you'd only really expect to want to pay maybe like 10, 20 bucks or something.
We've been on the hunt for the golden apple, but we've given up. My partner Murkrow has no patience or endurance for searches. I discovered there's something I find more desirable than the golden apple, and that is the lost loot. We've heard rumors that the incredibly valuable lost loot is buried somewhere. Do you know anything of it?
No.
That portal Azuril, it's quite worrisome. To be locked in a nightmare for days on end. I've never heard of such a thing.
There's also the fact, too, that on top of the cart being like $45 or more, anyone who doesn't just already have a DS is out of luck, because you have to then also buy a DS or 3DS. What part of the story are we on right now? Darkrai. Currently, little Azuril is locked in some kind of nightmare, and we need to see what's up with that.
Drowsy? Oh, right, that petty crook. Rumors that Drowsy has reformed and forsaken his criminal past, but I have to wonder. Fear that Drowsy is holed up on Mount Travail.
You can't play it via emulators legally. You technically can, but it's a huge pain, because you can't dump it without a console. Oh, yeah, you need the console to be able to play it on an to even be able to dump it. That's right. Little Azuril's asleep, but no one can wake him up. What do you suppose happened to that tyke?
Little Azuril will not awaken? That is quite worrisome. What could it possibly be? What has made little Azuril unable to wake? I do hope the dear child will awaken and brighten our day with his cheer.
Fun fact, the ROM I had of Explorers of Sky, the ROM I used to have Explorers of Sky, actually was personally dumped. I, found out how to do it back when you used the Wi-Fi on the DS or whatever. I forget how exactly that was done, but that actually used to be where, I had my ROM from. I did end up just getting another version of it, though, because of the fact that later releases of the game had a fix to the soft lock bug with evolving Pokemon, so I was like, you know what? I freaking paid for the game. I think it's fair that I get the update patch. Store. Sell these. No, okay. I forgot, I haven't really found the time to show it off, but this is another thing that the mod added that I only discovered this off camera last night. You see this hole here? That just warps you here. That wasn't in the original game. That's kind of nice. Okay, with that, I think I'm all set to head off to Mount Travail. I'm missing an orb. Which one am I missing? I have 2 Faux Fear. Okay, yeah, give me another Faux Hold orb. For them monster houses. And now we're off.
So this is Mount Travail. We need Drowsy to help us figure out why Azuril won't wake up. We have to hurry finding Drowsy. We've got to be at our best, Owen.
I see a floating Pokemon. That makes me nervous. Oh, it's just you. Okay. I was gonna say that makes me nervous. Oh, you know, Shadow Ball. At least you don't know Silver Wind or Ominous Wind. Oh yeah, I discovered something, another thing. I don't remember if it worked this way in the base game or not. But I don't have to use a move that Shedinja is weak to. I can just basic attack him. Oh, it didn't take him out. I guess he has more than 1 HP. Oh god, I forgot they are technically ghost Pokemon. How did I forget that? It's literally... yeah. Okay. Time to use this. Should stream Pokemon Ranger or the original games? I've never played any of the Ranger games, actually. Okay, the last time I did a basic attack on a Shedinja, I just took it out. So, this is definitely... I guess it's a rebalance thing with the mod. They made it so you have a way of hurting them without a weakness move, but, like, you might not take them out in one shot. That's kind of annoying. Ranger is good but hard. Might be something to look at in the future. For now, I just have kind of a couple specific games I want to do, and then I might have to take a break from streaming afterward while I focus on some live stuff, but we'll see about what I could do in the future. And I, like, really don't even need those moves linked most of the time. Shinx is such a beast. I'm just gonna leave those Shedinja there. Ah, this Max Elixir's all gummed up. I appreciate the interest in seeing me play more games. Heal block. Hmm. 2 damage. Oh no! Oh no. I really wish Shinx had the IQ ability to avoid stepping on invisible traps. I was always partial to Pikachu as my partner, because that's what I like originally played this game as, but I really like Shinx too. He's very cute. Wait there for me, please. Ack. There we go. Oh, yeah, Ladybug. Oh, thank goodness Silverwind is doing slightly reduced damage at my current level. Trico Piplup duo. Piplup is pretty cute too. What dungeon am I in right now? Mount Travail. You! Piplup can never be your partner, or you have to rip your heart out. The cry portraits, yeah. At least I must be at a decent level for this dungeon, since Silverwind was only hitting me for like 30 or 40 or something. Oh hey, I spawned on the stairs. That doesn't happen real often. Dang. Oops. I did not mean to sort my inventory. That might make it a little more troublesome for me to sort it out when I get back to town. Oh well. Oh geez, you are all the way across the room. Oh, thank goodness you actually approached me. The running is a little bit wonky. It's honestly best to not even use the running if you want to be like more cautious, because ah shoot. Because when you run, you just keep going forever in a direction until you run into an enemy, so I mean, it's easy to get like taken off guard. Anytime you're having more trouble in a dungeon with Pokemon that can really do a lot of damage to you, you pretty much just have to, like, not run, which is unfortunate. Again, really wishing Shinx had the IQ ability to just avoid visible traps. I didn't take the Cleanse Orb with me. Yeah, I usually don't. Oh, what? I thought I put it on manual mode. I already have so many items in my inventory. The Cleanse Orb is just the one I choose to leave behind, because I gotta leave behind something. Oh, you mean the monster houses? Yeah. I'd have to double check it. I think there's another mod I want to play after this one. I'm currently playing a mod of this game that actually makes the game a bit harder. Not too much harder, but just like a bit, and adds some quality of life features. But I want to play another mod after this one that changes the story. And that one, I think, is actually going to make the game, from the sound of it, a little easier than it normally is. Like, I think they removed monster houses. Like, they were focused more on telling a story than on, you know, not, like, making the game hard for people. How many floors is this dungeon? I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting, my brain's not working for, like, the word that might be, appropriate. It's gonna be an interesting, I don't know, comparison, I guess you could say. How I'm gonna go from, like, a mod that makes the game harder over to a mod that makes the game easier. You never know how many floors are up front, unless you have played the game before and have a really good memory. Or look at a guide. Like you just said. I started saying it before your message popped in chat, or before it popped for me. There's a slight delay. Getting dizzy from hunger. Where are the stairs? I'm probably gonna have to eat an apple. Where are the stairs? They must be down there. So many enemy Pokemon. Your guide is Bulbapedia Cerebi? I'm not sure if those are actually the best guides for, like... They're good for looking up a lot of general information, but I don't know if they're the best as, like, a guide through the game. Yep, I'm gonna have to eat an apple. Yeah, you do have to start from the first floor if you die. You also, if you don't just reset to the last time you saved, you're gonna lose like half your items and money as well at random. Which is another thing I think I read the Explorers of the Spirit story mod actually got rid of. So that you just, like, you don't lose stuff if you faint in a dungeon. Game is brutal. To be fair, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games are based on kind of they're a more accessible version of a whole genre that is just known for being incredibly rude. Like one of the earlier predecessors would be like a Super Nintendo game. Oh god, this is gonna be a Monster House. Yep. One of the earlier predecessors would be actually like a Japan-only Super Nintendo game called Shiren the Wanderer, which eventually became a series that saw some US releases. The original Shiren the Wanderer just straight up was like, oh, you died in a dungeon? Your save data is now deleted. Have a good day. I would never want to play that game without save states. Which would kind of defeat the point, I suppose, but... I played Ashura and the Wanderer game on the Wii instead, which didn't delete your save data if you died. It was still a more difficult game for me than the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, but like, you know, it had some mercy to it. I'm not a huge fan of permadeath stuff, to be honest. I think my favorite take on permadeath is when it's not really a total reversal of all your progress, like, for example, something like Hades, where, yeah, you die, you get sent back to the total start of the game, but you also still kind of, like, over the course of multiple runs, you still gain some permanent abilities and upgrades that will help you in the long run. I'm okay with that. But I don't really like the idea of a game that just completely destroys all of your progress when you die. You don't really like doing a Nuzlocke? Yeah, that's kind of a similar sort of idea, really.
Hey! Isn't that Drowsy there? Drowsy!
Oh, you two? What did you come here for? I've kept my nose clean. I've stayed out of a life of crime.
Wait, that's not it, Drowsy. We're not here to arrest you, Drowsy. But we are here for you. We need your help, Drowsy.
Huh? Me? You need my help?
Yes. You remember that little Azurill, right? That Azurill has been locked in sleep and won't wake up.
Huh? That Azurill tyke?
No one knows why he won't wake up. That's when we heard that you, Drowsy, can possibly enter dreams. That's why we searched for you. So, Drowsy, how about it? Will you help us?
I did a rotten thing to that little Azurill way back when. I don't know if doing this would ever make up for it, but if it would help Azurill even a little. I don't know how useful that can be, but I'd be glad to help if you'll let me.
Drowsy!
Lead me back to Azurill. Let's not waste time.
Okay. It's this way. Quick!
It's like the end of the Igglybuff episode said. There's no such thing as a truly, like, evil, bad Pokemon. Not really. Although, admittedly, another character they've just introduced into the story kind of flies in the face of that idea, but never mind that.
How is it going, Drowsy? Can you do something?
Oh, you two, I want you to get stocked up for an exploration. When you're all ready, I'll send you on an exploration of Azurill's Dream.
What? So that means...
You guessed it. It is possible to get into Azurill's Dream.
Yes! Meryl, we can tackle the mystery of the unending nightmare now! Great!
But I want you to be extra careful when you're inside this kid's dream. There's something rotten about this dream. I have a feeling that something has gone bad or gone wrong.
Is that right? Okay, we'll be on our guard.
One more thing. I want only you two to enter the dream. I'd prefer to go as well, but in all honesty, at my skill level, I think I'd slow you down too much. I'm sorry I couldn't do more for you, but
No, there's no need for that. Sending us into the dream is more than enough. Thank you, Drowsy. We'll get ready to go. Let's hustle, Owen. We'll be back as soon as we get ready.
Yep, best prepare.
Hey, that Drowsy really did turn his life around. I feel bad for my doubting him, hey.
What do you suppose exploring a dream would be like? Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine.
Y'all can go into the dream now? That's mighty great news.
Oh, it's possible for you to enter dreams? That's excellent news. Of course, the journey has yet to start.
It's good you found Drowsy. Now it gets tricky. You have to find out why Azrael can't wake from his nightmare.
well, can you go into that kid's dream?
No dialogue from Croagunk. Forest Ore. I already have one of those, right? Thank you very much. I try. Forest Ore. Yes, I do have that. Okay.
You're entering the nightmare? Ooh, what an awful place it must be. I can't begin to imagine such a horrid place.
They say the same thing. They're just interested in their lost loot.
Drowsy has become a changed Pokemon? Good to hear he is reformed. Not that it matters to us, since we're a team that focuses on catching outlaws. But if Drowsy becomes an outlaw again, we'll be there to catch him. Why'd you bring in a known outlaw like Drowsy? I hear that Drowsy is at the guild.
I talked to them in the wrong order.
What's that? Go into a dream? What is that about?
I'll take those. And sell some stuff. Let's see. Guess I might as well just sort again. Blinker Seed? Yeah, I'll just sell that. And I'm not selling too much, just a little bit, and then I'll store some stuff. Okay, and I'm gonna need yet another orb, because I used one for a monster house. Totter orb is good. Yeah, I love Team Poochie as well. Alright, now let's get back to the cafe, make a few drinks, and be on our way. What'll I do? Oh, Team Discovery. I've got something I have to ask you. Tree Shroud Forest? Nah. Oh, yeah. Basically 100%ing Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. Godspeed. I've never been able to, like, 100% any of these games. Actually, that's not true. I think I've never been able to 100% any of these games past, like, the first 2 generations. And even then, only when I got older. You know what? What are our stats? I've got... Owen's got 131. Oh, Shinx very much needs that. Alright. Time to become Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Dreams. Or Explorers of Nightmares. Hey, this could be the two versions. Explorers of Dreams and Explorers of Nightmares.
Oh, are you two ready to go into the dream?
Yes, we're all set.
Good. Then come over here. I'm going to send you into Ajuro's dream. Here goes.
Is this inside the dream?
If I had like... It's fine.
Shinx, Owen.
Hold on. Do I have like a...
Can you hear me? It's me, Drowsy.
That's kind of loud. Okay, so the problem with that is it takes like a couple full seconds to switch the filter on and off. This is why I'm not going to be using too many of these things.
Yes, we hear you.
Good. It sounds like you're safely inside. As I've said before, there's something very bad about this dream. I don't think I need to remind you, but be careful in there.
Okay, thanks, Drowsy.
Yeah, that's what I was a little worried about. It being, kind of not worth the, like, pauses in the conversation.
Let's get going, into the dream.
So I guess these are just dream Pokemon, they're not real. Yeah. Now I'm not sure. Not sure if I should actually go through with using like the filter for Palkia or Dialga, because it's gonna result in that same thing. Like every time a character with a filter speaks, it's gonna take a couple seconds before I can read their line, and then when someone else starts talking after them, it's gonna be another couple seconds. Ooh, lots of experience. That's unfortunate. Oh, you know, okay, you counter is okay. I see Wobbuffet, the first thing I'm immediately worried about is Destiny Bond. Oh, Cleanse Orb. Oh, getting Gilly buff. Someone's dog out in the hallway. What are those items? I live in an apartment building where the apartments are connected by an inside hallway, so yeah. And pets are allowed. neighbor let a dog in your yard again. Ugh. Yeah, I watch my step when I go outside because everyone is supposed to clean up after their dogs, but there's been a couple occasions where they didn't. I've definitely had a couple times where I'm just walking down the sidewalk and it's just, yep, right there, right on the sidewalk. Classy. No, yeah, I know, that's even worse in your case because it's actually like your home and you're freaking, you know, it's your yard. Why did Clefairy's face look like it wanted to commit crimes? I'm just gonna toss that into the abyss. Oh no, I'm charmed! Thank you, Shinx. Oh yeah, I didn't relink Shinx's moves. Oops. You like how this dungeon is just named the Nightmare? Oh, that is what it is. I suppose they could have also called it, they could have named the dungeon Ajiro's Nightmare. I wonder if it was I wonder if that would have run into the character limit, though. Spoiler proofing? I mean, you know it's Ajiro's Nightmare by the time you get in here, though. Night Slash. You got this, Shinx. Yeah. And that's what running gets you. Headbutted by a big cow. Eat. I mean, it might not be a character limit either, necessarily. Might have just been a choice. Espeon. Ah, gotcha. Oh no, my belly is empty. This dungeon is probably too long for me to get... Oh yeah, I didn't take any extra apples out of storage either. You know, I could try and do this. Oh, that didn't give me a stat boost, though. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I forgot to use the gummies at the cafe before I came here. Oops. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Whenever you see Miltank, you just think of like roll out and milk drink. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, I forgot. I guess it is like a lot easier to transfer Pokemon to newer games nowadays because of like the Pokemon Bank stuff, huh? Ouch. Be gone. Oh, I'm out of juice. There's the stairs. The arrow directions are just vague enough that you don't always really know where you're going. But it's still a really nice IQ move, or ability. Oh no, Shinx. Slip Seed. Eh. Miltank used Heal Bell? Oh boy. Oh no! Okay, it's just a slow trap. That's okay. I feel like maybe Pikachu had the IQ ability that avoids visible traps, because I don't remember having such a problem with this on some previous playthroughs. I probably passed, well, I mean, the heal bell is something that heals the other enemies. I probably passed right through a room that had a Miltank without seeing it, and then I was out of sight, so it didn't follow me. Slow trap. If only I had a roll call orb, I would just use a warp seed to see where it puts me. Look at his eyes! Your power band became sticky and unusable again! Dang, I don't want to have to use that big apple, but I might need to. Oh man, I was just thinking about the Rescue Team remake on Switch and how, like, kind of busted it is. That you could just switch which, yeah, it worked a little differently in that game. I'd come to think of it, like, Rescue Team DX is the one that added the quality of life feature where you can control any Pokemon manually. And you can change who the team leader is at any time in the dungeon, too. But it's super busted because the characters don't share, like, one... Well, yeah, like, everyone has their own belly, basically, you know, and... Which makes sense. But if you switch who the leader is in the middle of the dungeon, you have a full... Basically, you have a full belly again, and the person who had, like, maybe 10 left when you switched off, it just stops going down because they're an AI character now. They will never get hungry as long as you're not manually controlling them.
We've gone pretty deep in here, Owen. It appears as if it's just one long path from here. Let's keep going a little more. Ah! What's happening?
You... How did you get here?
There's someone here, Owen! Who is it? Where are you? Show yourself!
I am...
What? You? You're...
I am Cresselia.
Cresselia?
It's Cresselia, the one from my dreams. I cannot fathom how you've come here, but I find your visit ever so convenient. I've longed to meet both of you.
Cresselia! So my dreams... They weren't just ordinary dreams after all.
What?
Then what I saw in my dreams...
Yes, what I told you in your dreams is true. You two are not supposed to exist in this world.
What?
You... too?
I suspected this. That you and I were having the same dreams, Owen. I went to the future. Then I came back to this world, and it's causing the destruction of this world. So Cresselia said in my dreams.
So it wasn't just me that had those dreams. And Shanks is the same as I am. Shanks is another presence that must not exist in this world. Cresselia said that to Shanks, too.
Excuse me, Cresselia? Could you explain something for us? I traveled to the future and came back again. And Owen was a human who came from the future. You said that we're causing the distortion in the fabric of space in our world. If space itself becomes distorted, why will the world be destroyed?
If the distortion in the fabric of space expands, the power of darkness will expand as well. Eventually, the world will become enveloped within a nightmare.
Enveloped within a nightmare?
Yes. Do you know where we are at this very moment?
Well, we're in Azural's dream, aren't we?
That is correct. More precisely, we are in Azural's nightmare. Azural will remain trapped by the nightmare, never to awaken again.
Yeah, well, Buffett, that's actually why Shanks was, Owen commented that Shanks was even more peppy than usual. Shanks was trying to put on a brave face for Owen. It's actually really sad.
This nightmare will eventually
creep across the world. For now, only Azural is afflicted with this nightmare, but soon other Pokemon will be drawn in by the nightmare's widening web. More and more Pokemon will fall into the unending sleep. And ultimately, all Pokemon will be locked in this nightmare without end. All Pokemon?
Hey, Cresselia. What will it take to get rid of the distortion in the fabric of space? How can the space distortion be eliminated?
There is but one way to eliminate the distortion. That is, for you to disappear.
What? Disappear? Us? I have been waiting for this opportunity. The opportunity to make you disappear. What? Wait a second. We don't want to disappear. We want to know more about what's happening. So you would rather see all Pokemon swallowed up by the nightmare? That's not... That isn't what I want. Cresselia... Cresselia, is this really true?
Sorry for the pause, I was just reading chat.
If we disappear, will the world really be saved? Yes, it will be saved. For it is only your existence that is driving the world to ruin. I'm very sorry that I must do this. Prepare to disappear. It must be done. The world must be saved.
Hey, hello, Owen? And Shinx? I'm not gonna do the echo. Where are you?
Interrupted, and my work here was nearly finished. I was interrupted this time, but I will see to it that you two disappear. Of course, if you wish to save the world on your own, you should consider making yourselves disappear first. Farewell. Phew, that was close.
Hey, so here you are.
Drowsy, why are you here?
You were taking so long to come back. I got worried. I decided to be brave and come looking for you. There's something dangerous about this place. We shouldn't stay here. Let's go back to the guild for the time being.
I see. So you encountered Cresselia, and she said that Azure's nightmare is caused by the distortion in the fabric of space.
Yes.
If nothing is done about it, all Pokemon will join Azure in unending sleep. That is what Cresselia said?
Yes.
Squawk! If that's all true, this is terrible trouble to be sure. We've got to do something.
So, Chatot, what do you know about Cresselia?
I know of the Pokemon, but only from rumors. It is said that Cresselia appears only during the night of the quarter moon. It is also said that this Pokemon can heal others' emotional scars simply with the gentle light from her body.
She didn't seem so kindly.
There is one more thing about Cresselia. This Pokemon is said to possess a mystical power that can banish darkness.
The power to banish darkness.
Hey, so let's get this straight. If we don't do something, all the Pokemon in the world are going to fall asleep forever? Hey, that means we have to do something now to fix the space distortion.
Hey, Shinx. Did Cresselia say anything about how the distortion of space can be stopped?
What? How to stop the distortion of space?
Why are you so jumpy? Did I ask something weird?
No, it's not what you said. Sorry, I was thinking about something else. So, a way of stopping the distortion of space. Nope, I don't remember Cresselia saying a single thing about that.
Oh, I see. That is unfortunate.
Well, anyway, let's look into the distortion of space together. If we don't, we won't be able to stop the nightmare from spreading. Chatot?
Yes, Guildmaster. All right, everyone, we'll disband for the day. And starting tomorrow, you are to individually investigate the distortion of space itself.
Yup, will do.
All right, dismissed.
When we were back at the guild, Drowsy asked us if we knew how the distortion of space could be stopped. I lied. I didn't even think twice about it. As we know, there is a way to stop the distortion. The only solution is for us to disappear from this world. I just couldn't bring myself to say it. But is this something I really must tell everyone about? Hey, Owen, what should we do now? If we were to disappear, would the world be saved? In that case, maybe that's the best thing to do.
Oh, Shinx!
I can't take this! All this worrying's made me tired. Let's get some sleep, Owen.
Can't sleep. Shinx is already asleep, I guess. No, he's not. He's trying, but he's not asleep. See, he's not in the breathing animation. But I have to wonder. I understand that we're causing the distortion of space. But how that leads to the world's ruin, I still can't believe it. I thought it was just merely something from a dream that first time. So then with the second dream, when I was told about the distortion of space, that was when I started thinking that maybe it was true. Hey, come to think of it, the morning after I had that dream, Shinx said to me,
Why are you daydreaming? It's not like you, Owen. Come on, let's see some energy, Owen.
Shinx is even peppier than usual. But Shinx could be right. Shinx was unusually upbeat then. But Shinx had just woke from the same dream about Cresselia that I had. At that moment, Shinx must have been acting extra cheerful around me, because Shinx suspected that I had just had the same dream, and tried to cheer me up. Shinx had to have been frightened, but Shinx was much more concerned about me. Then in Ashiril's nightmare, what Cresselia said and what she tried to do, I felt crushed by that, but that's why. I have to keep my spirits strong. My spirits strong. Spirits. Z. This is the night that never ends. What? Huh? Shinx isn't here. Maybe outside?
So, Owen, you're awake too, huh? I couldn't sleep at all. Hey, Owen, can't we be allowed to stay? Can't we stay in this world? When we fought Dialga at Temporal Tower, you fought even though you knew that you would disappear, Owen. Because even if you were to disappear, you thought that would save the world. That's why you did it, right? If that's the case, maybe we should do that this time too.
Shinx. It's true that I fought Dialga knowing that I would disappear if we succeeded. But that had to be done to prevent the planet's paralysis. Back then, I was willing to disappear, if it meant saving the world. I feel the same this time too. But is this situation really the same? Something feels different this time around.
Oh, Owen, what do you think? Should we really disappear from this world? I don't know. You don't know? You must be thinking that maybe we ought to disappear, Owen. Well, then...
But something's strange.
Strange? What's strange?
What is more strange? Everything Cresselia said.
What exactly was odd about what Cresselia said? But we separately found out that we're causing the space distortion while at Luminous Spring too. And if Azuriel can't wake up from his nightmare because of the distortion, well, I think we have to believe what we were told.
That is true. But something is different about disappearing this time around. I know something is different. But what is it? I need to think carefully.
That's it!
Oops, that's not... That's it, that's right! This is different from before. Back then, with Dialga, my disappearance wasn't really a choice. I've got to explain that to Shanks.
What? It's different this time? What's different? What? At Temporal Tower, you were willing to disappear, but it's not the same this time? What? You did what you did at Temporal Tower because you had to? You changed your future because you knew that it would lead to world peace. But your choice wasn't really the choice to disappear. But there's no telling what will happen if we disappear. Not this time. So we don't really know if that will bring peace to the world again. What you're saying is, nothing about this is certain? That's true. It's true that things aren't completely certain. But it is a fact that you were a human who came from the future, Owen. And I did go to the future and then come back to this world. And it does seem that because of us, space has started to distort. There's no escaping the fact that we change history. That must mean that what we were told is true.
Shanks.
Oh,
It's sunlight. The sun's coming up. Heck. It's beautiful. It's another beautiful dawn.
oh, Owen. Seeing the sun come up this way makes me remember. I've seen the sun rise from here before. This isn't the first time. The first time, I was with Grovile.
With Grovile?
Yes. Remember when we first came back from the future? We slept here? That's when I saw the sunrise from here for the first time. I just remembered something about that first time. It's something Grovile asked me.
But when all seemed lost, you refused to give up. Even I had given up. What compelled you? How did you manage to stay so strong?
I didn't give up when we were trying to escape from the future. I guess that struck Grovile as being strange. That's why Grovile asked me why I refused to give up. But I didn't know how to answer. I didn't know why I was brave then. But I thought about it, and I began to realize something. Well, I wonder too. I really don't know. But maybe it was because Owen stood by me.
Owen?
That was it. I managed to be brave because you were always with me, Owen. That was when I finally realized that. And that's what I told Grovile. Just before we lost Grovile in the Hidden Land.
Shinx, this is it for me. I'm taking Dusknoir back to the future.
Huh? What?
I can never come back here again. Watch Owen's back. Promise me.
But take your place, Grovile. I can't.
You must, and you will. Because you can, Shinx. You two are the greatest of combinations.
Grovile entrusted me with this last wish. I'm ashamed. Oh, Owen. I'm not. If you're not giving up, Owen, I won't give up either.
Shinx,
There must be something that we can still do about this. There has to be a way of fixing things. A way that doesn't involve having to disappear.
That's right. That's the Shinx I know.
We have to keep going, Owen. Let's find a way out of this.
Legit ran into the kitchen.
Oh, Owen. I was just thinking. It was time that was being destroyed before, right? And now the very fabric of space is becoming distorted. The destruction of time and the distortion of space. I can't begin to conceive of such things. But these troubles of time and space, I have a feeling that they're related.
Time and space. A possible connection? We're gonna have another day of just passing time before that happens, I think, Wobbuffet.
Do you remember when time was breaking down? Lapras gave us a lot of insight into Temporal Tower. So, about the distortion of space, do you think Lapras might know something about it?
I wonder if we just go to bed after talking to Lapras. It's been a while, so I don't remember. Lapras? Well, actually, it wouldn't be unusual if Lapras did know something about this.
I thought you'd think so too, Owen. Well, that settles it. Let's go see Lapras. Lapras should be at the beach. So let's hurry to the beach, Owen.
Oh boy, I did not eat food when I woke up because my stomach was not feeling great, and then I had to spend a lot of time in the bathroom because sometimes it'd be that way, chronic health issues, blah blah blah. I could really do with some food myself right now, but honestly, I'm just gonna be strong because I want to just get through. I want to get through this. I'll eat in a couple hours, I guess. I'll be fine. Yo, I heard from the guild's crew. Sounds like there's bad trouble brewing again. Do not take me as a role model. Do not be like me. Everyone's all checking into this distortion of space thing, yup. I'll be on my way as soon as I get ready. I gotta store things. Chinese food is good. Did the player actually told Shinx that? If so, that's the second time the player character spoke to the partner. I mean, it's implied that the character does speak, and we're just not shown it, basically. There's been a handful of times where we were actually shown like a thought, that we were shown like something in parentheses that was just meant to be the character thinking to themselves, but then another character responded to it as if the character said it out loud. The game's just kind of weird with that. They didn't want the character to talk too much, I guess, but I kind of wish they didn't restrict themselves.
Oh my, things have taken a turn for the sinister. I hope something can be done before all Pokemon get caught in a nightmare.
We came back to Treasure Town for a rare visit. I'm shocked by the news. Little Azuro's asleep and won't wake up. If anything can be done, it won't just be Azure. If nothing can be done, it won't just be Azuro. All Pokemon will get locked up in sleep forever. It's a crisis.
Did I buy the gummies? Yeah, okay. I also needed... Yeah, I need a couple apples. Oh, blinker seed. Orb, top. No, wait, I want that. Evasion. Store that, store that. And I'll take maybe another... Yeah, I'll take another Totter Orb. Okay. It is time for Ninetales. I am Team Discovery. Previously asked to give this to me by Jirachi. What? Challenger Jirachi? With Piplup? What is this? What? This is Base Sky? Is this normally how you get Jirachi to join you? Huh. Okay then. Blue gummy. Time for stat boosts. I'm gonna need to recruit a Piplup somewhere at some point. Well, not necessarily. I'm not really committed to going and, like, getting all the legendaries necessarily. There's just a couple specific ones I'm gonna make sure to grab, because, there are a couple specific... The Piplup thing might have just been, was probably just a random condition that might not necessarily have been applied, but did this time. I would say it's probably a random thing. There's a couple specific legendaries that recruiting them is tied to unlocking a new dungeon in this mod specifically. So I'm gonna make sure I get those. But otherwise, I'm not gonna commit myself to, like, recruiting everyone. How many items do I still have on me? Yeah, that's fine. What do you have for me? Ooh, Life Seed. For a plain seed? Dude, that's a good trade. Okay, well, I just boosted Owen's max HP, so this time let's boost Shinx's. I'll stop by the guild real quick, just to make sure there's no new dialogue. Doesn't seem like it.
The entire crew is investigating the distortion of space. If you discover anything, share it with us right away. Now we have to investigate the distortion of space. If we don't, we won't be able to stop the nightmare from spreading.
Yeah, right. Time to go talk to Lapras. If I have trouble with Destiny Tower, I'm just gonna abuse save states to get through it, so I can show it off.
Excuse me, Lapras? There's something we'd like to ask you. We're investigating the distortions in the fabric of space.
The distortion of space itself.
Yes, and we'd like to learn anything that you might know about it, Lapras. Can you help us? Do you know anything?
I'm sorry to say, I don't know anything about the space distortions.
Oh, I see.
However, I do know of a being that embodies space itself.
What? A being that embodies space itself?
Yes. Time and space are deeply connected. So just as Dialga governs time itself, so too there is a being that governs the fabric of space.
That being? Who is it?
Its name is Palkia. That being is said to possess the ability to distort space itself, and Spatial Rift is said to be its domain. The being that governs space. Palkia. Another being, like Dialga.
If we meet Palkia, we might be able to learn more about the space distortions. So, how do we get to Spatial Rift? Can you travel there, Lapras? Just like you can go to the Hidden Land?
I hate to disappoint, but I can't travel to Spatial Rift. I don't even know where it is. That is all I can tell you.
Oh, alright.
I'm sorry, Shinx. I'm sorry that I'm not much help.
No, not at all. Learning about the existence of Palkia is a big help for us. Thank you, Lapras. We'll investigate on our own from now. So basically, Lapras didn't know much about the distortion of space, but he did tell us that Palkia controls space itself, and that this being dwells in Spatial Rift. Palkia, huh? If we can meet with Palkia, we'd be able to ask about the distortion of space. But we don't have a clue as to where Spatial Rift is. I guess there isn't any point in worrying about it right away. Let's continue to investigate this tomorrow.
You maybe want to ask Chatot and Wigglytuff to investigate?
There's no giving up now, Owen.
That evening.
Wah! Tremors? Wah!
I have found you at last! The defilers who are causing the distortion of space!
I'm back. Sorry about that. I could not, I had to restart a thing. I could not be heard for a bit there. That was fun.
Who are you?
I am Palkia. I hold sway over space. I have dominion over dimension.
Palkia? You're Palkia?
You cannot escape now. This is the end of you.
Yeah, we were just having a nice night's sleep, and then you just kind of get jump scared by Palkia.
Where is this?
This is my domain, Spatial Rift.
I'm glad you liked it.
What? This is Spatial Rift?
You dare distort space without my permission? I will be rid of you now!
What?
This is the end!
Ah! What are you doing? There's absolutely nothing behind us! Ah!
They fell. However, there is no escaping me.
Ow, 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 ow. Are you okay, Owen? It looks like we landed somewhere else. But this is all such a shock. Who knew things would turn out this way? I don't understand. Why did Palkia suddenly attack us? He seems to be bellowing about the distortion of space.
Palkia. Palkia seemed to know that we caused the distortion of space, and then he attacked us. But I don't understand why.
There's no mistaking one thing. Palkia is trying to get rid of us. He might attempt another attack. We should get out of here as soon as we can. Let's go as soon as we're ready, Owen.
Yeah, they used the same music in one of the dungeons in the future. I forget which one it was called, but it's appropriate here too. Apparently there's just random Jolteons chilling in the spatial rift. That's cool. Tropius. Why do I have a bad feeling about you? What moves do you know? That one's kind of bad, but it's not too bad on Owen. Ooh, Toxicroak. Spiritomb! Oh boy, they know Ominous Wind, don't they? I'm pretty sure they do. Oh god, it's a ghost type! Oh no. Oh good, it didn't go through the wall. It didn't see me. Chimico. Magnezone. Did the Magnezone know, friggin', Discharge? I feel like they probably do. Hey look, it's a Sableye that didn't come from the future. Charizard? Oh, that's unpleasant. That's just plain unpleasant. You stop that. You stop that right now. Shame I once again forgot to relink Shinx's moves. Would have been real nice for the boss fight. I'll be fine. I'll just get back some HP and take the stairs before I get hit with an ominous wind. Oh, I forgot Palkia is water. Part water. That's good then. He won't resist my attacks. Where am I going? Oh boy. Okay. Don't have to see to be able to attack. I'm telling you, Shinx is a beast. Okay, manual control. Because I don't want Shinx to die to another Leaf Storm. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, it's fine. There we go. There's the stairs. Spiritomb. Okay. Oh, okay. What's that seed? Xi seed, that's a good one. I don't know what Pokemon is in this room, and that makes me nervous. Yeah, I better use this. Gligar, okay. Ah. Oh! Yeah, I'll deal with you. I want my HP back. Oh, the Spiritombs have pressure. Ugh. Hypno. I'm sure glad this room with 3 items was not a monster house. Yeah. I was thinking of having Shinx take care of this, but I didn't want to put him in the path of that attack. Since Owen can resist it better. Oh, you... Ooh, Magnezone, you picked up something I want. Assuming, of course, that you are the same Magnezone. Oh, right. Right, post-game, they have the IQ to use items. Bah. Rocky Orb. Huh. Oh, it missed. You saw that it used up the Reviver Seed, right? It dropped a plain seed afterward. Warp Scarf. Not without a roll call orb. Yeah, gotcha. Ooh. Crafty shield? That's one of those. Oh no, I'm cringing. Your attack is cringe, bro. Oh yeah, they do normally call it cringing, or they do normally call it flinching in the mainline games, don't they? I spy a couple gummies I want. Don't ever say that again. Yeah. It is very much the kind of thing I can only say ironically. Ah, we have reached the deep spatial rift. Anything else I want to get rid of? I'll eat the apple. Oh, another one. Anything else I want to get rid of? Ooh, fire type. Huh. Hyper Beam, you jerk. Dusknoir? What are you doing here? Well, I haven't used many moves yet. I guess I'll just ignore that elixir. Oh no, I might as well, if I'm gonna leave it behind, I might as well use it. Alakazam. Xi Seed. Ooh, that's a good one. better than the Totter Seed, I think. Wow! Good job, Shanks. Oh! Porygon Z. Those are the ones with discharge. Yep. Well, not terribly effective on my team, though. Curve Band? Makes thrown items bounce off walls and fly sideways along walls. That's kind of neat. Imagine a Kecleon shop being here. That would be kind of funny. Oh. No aim scope? Causes items thrown by the Pokemon to fly wildly in any direction. Why? Why would you want that? Is it a spread shot? Oh, when I saw you saying yo, I thought maybe it was a good item. Lots of elixirs around. Here you go, Shanks. Take this. Nice experience number. I will eat that. This is the one downside to taking so many items.
Huh? Owen, over there! It's a dead end! What should we do? We can't go any farther. Ah! Tremors! Palkia!
Your resistance is useless! You will never escape from this place! I will reveal why. It is your fate to be obliterated by me.
Here he comes, Owen! We have to fight!
This is it!
All types of moves other than normal type are weakened. Yeah, they did that for the Dialga fight in this mod as well. Earth power? Go ahead. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna bully Palkia a bit, much like I did Dialga. Easy clap.
Huh? Palkia has stopped moving. What happened to him? Palkia has been enveloped by the nightmare, just as Azurill has. A voice! Where is it coming from? Who are you? What do you mean Palkia has been enveloped in a nightmare? It means that the power of darkness has spread so much farther. If its growth remains unchecked, the world will become drowned in darkness. But you two... Would you two enter Palkia's nightmare? What? Palkia's nightmare?
I forgot about this.
Yes. By entering his nightmare, you will learn why Palkia attacked you. So, what will you do? What do we do, Owen? Should we go into the nightmare?
Refuse? No. Enter the nightmare.
Fine. You've decided. I will send you into Palkia's nightmare.
Maybe it's not another dungeon. I hope it's not another dungeon.
Hey, Palkia!
You two! What are you doing in my dreams? No! I remember, we battled! So why am I dreaming?
You've been enveloped by a nightmare, Palkia.
What? What did you say? I'm in a nightmare. This proves it! You both should not exist!
Palkia! Wait a second! We want to ask you something! Palkia, why are you trying to get rid of us?
You dare pretend that you don't know? You are distorting space with reckless abandon. If the distortion spreads, the power of darkness will grow. The world will be drowned in this nightmare of darkness. To prevent it, you must be wiped from this existence.
But there must be some other way. You govern space and dimension, don't you, Palkia? Can't you correct the distortion of space yourself?
It is true that I can bend space to my will. But, for the first time ever, I am unable to control a part of space. Worse still, the distortion of space is amplifying. This is all you're doing! There is now but one way to save the world, and that is for you to be erased from this world forever!
I'm gonna point out, though, that in all fairness, that filter isn't just an echo, it's also a pitch shift downwards.
Palkia is saying the same thing Cresselia said. Oh, Owen. Cresselia was telling us the truth after all. Maybe they're right about us. Maybe we do have to disappear. Shanks.
I feel sorry for you. But this must be done to preserve peace. Please understand.
Palkia. Ah, here you are. I've found you at last. Cresselia! The spreading darkness engulfs even this place. You must be eliminated as soon as possible, before we finally pass the point of no return. Owen, we refused to give up. We did what we could. After everything we did, was it all for nothing? Was all our effort a waste? So are you ready for your end? Cresselia, one moment. Tell us one last thing. If we disappear, will the world really and truly be saved? Yes, it absolutely will. The world will be saved. It's beyond a shadow of a doubt. Are you finally satisfied? Yes. If we must. If we really must disappear. If that will save the world. After so much, Shinx's will is starting to sway. And so is mine. But is this truly and absolutely the correct course of action?
Wait, Cresselia. Blinded by fury, I attacked them earlier. But upon seeing them now, they do not seem driven by malice or wickedness. In my dreams, Cresselia, you insisted that they were bad. But are they truly bad?
Cresselia said that about us? In Palkia's dreams? Don't be fooled by appearances, Palkia. If we get rid of them now, all will be saved.
Oh god, I see it now too.
So, just like we did, Palkia met Cresselia in his dreams. But now Palkia is growing suspicious. Something is very wrong here. All this is based on what Cresselia claims. Enough. I will be rid of you now. Shinx, don't abandon hope. Now take this. Yes, that's exactly it. Never abandon hope. What? There's a second Cresselia? What?
What? What is this? Who is this?
Excellent. I was just in time.
Blast you, Cresselia! I've been foiled, just as I was about to dispose of those meddlers once and for all.
Please listen, Owen, Shinx, and Palkia. You have been misled all this time by Darkrai here.
What?
The Cresselia you thought you knew until now was not me. That false Cresselia was nothing more than an illusion made by Darkrai. It was merely a mockery of me.
What?
all this time gap just to say what?
The Cresselia we knew up to now was just a fake?
Darkrai, using an illusory duplicate of me to deceive others, is so typical of you. But you usually never bring your actual self out of hiding. You normally operate under cover of darkness. That you'd personally emerge from the shadows to dispose of these two. That is so very unlike you.
You two behind Cresselia.
What? Us?
Correct. Pay close attention. Now the one truly responsible for exploiting the space distortion, for shrouding the world in nightmare, it is my doing. Mine alone.
What? What did you say?
You are more than welcome to try and stop me. Come to me in the Dark Crater.
You're not getting away, Darkrai.
He's gone.
Darkrai vanished?
You cannot catch me, Cresselia. Not ever. You two, I shall be waiting in the Dark Crater.
Dark Crater? Meryl! Cheryl, that's great! You woke up from your nightmare! Yep! You did it, Miss Cresselia! Thank you so much! And Mr. Drowsy, too!
Huh? Me?
Thank you very much, Mr. Drowsy! Mr. Drowsy, I have to thank you, too! You stayed to take care of Azurill this whole time! Thank you so much!
Well, shucks, it's the least I could do.
Listen, Cresselia, what happened to Palkia?
I fully intend on it, Nathan. Though I must admit, it is going to be a little bit more difficult than it was with Palkia for a certain reason.
Palkia is immersed within Spatial Rift, where he is attempting to take care of the distortion of space. As the being that governs space itself, he is staking his pride on success. Given that duty, I would not expect to see him manifest here again.
Well done! How remarkable! It's truly quite marvelous! Marvelous indeed, Cresselia! We'd heard of your power to dispel darkness, but only in rumor. But it was all true! I must say, this is completely marvelous!
I understand. You used your power when we were in Palkia's nightmare. That's how you pulled Palkia and us out of the nightmare. Indeed. I do have the power to dispel darkness. It lets me dispel nightmares and awaken those in deepest sleep. Darkrai stands as an opposite to my being. He has the power to enshroud those who sleep in nightmare. Shinx and Owen, do you recall where you met my imposter? The imposter, that is to say, the first Cresselia you met. Those encounters were always within dreams, weren't they?
It absolutely does. This is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon stories.
That's true. It's true. The first time wasn't a dream. And later on, come to think of it, that time I wasn't dreaming, so I guess it never occurred to me. But I realized that was in Azurill's nightmare. In other words, it was still in a dream. Then the next time we met, it was in Palkia's nightmare. That first Cresselia. We encountered her only in dreams. Darkrai has the power to create realistic illusions. What Darkrai was doing was using his illusions to make you think you were seeing me. It was all an elaborate ruse to get at you, Owen and Shinx, so that your whole existence could be eliminated.
What? To eliminate Owen and Shinx? From this world? Eliminate those two?
Well, it's shocking that he wanted to get rid of you. But why would Darkrai plot something so complicated? Why go to all the trouble of using a Cresselia imposter? Wouldn't it be faster to confront them directly in battle?
I would guess that it was all out of fear of Owen and Shinx. Darkrai was afraid of me and Owen?
The only problem I would have with this being someone's definitive introduction to the lore behind Darkrai and Cresselia is that it definitively paints Darkrai as a evil for evil's sake, ha ha ha, I'm so evil, I want everything to be ruined kind of thing. Whereas my understanding of the more generalized lore with him is it's just kind of, the whole nightmare thing is just kind of something that happens around him. Like, it's a power he has, but it's not really within his, it doesn't really have control over that fact. It's not trying to, like, be evil and trap people in nightmares on purpose.
Darkrai was afraid of me and Owen? Yes, because Owen and Shinx saved the world once before. That was when they prevented the collapse of Temporal Tower. But who was really the one that put the ruin of Temporal Tower in motion? Who was it that really sought to put the planet into paralysis? It was none other than Darkrai. What? Darkrai was behind the crisis at Temporal Tower? Darkrai intends to enshroud the world in darkness. Darkrai failed to do that with the destruction of Temporal Tower. After that failure, he turned his attention to the distortion of space itself. If the distortion of space were to grow, Darkrai's power to create nightmares would also grow. What he sought to do was envelop all Pokémon in a nightmare. It was all Darkrai's doing. He was making the distortion of space expand. Darkrai was doing that? Isn't the space distortion expanding because of our existence? It is true that your existence is causing space distortion, but the distortion you cause is extremely small. Furthermore,
well, see, the thing is, Dusknoir only existed because the future went bad. He was born in a bad future and then sought to protect that future because it's where he came from, and he didn't want to stop existing. Dusknoir couldn't have caused the planet's paralysis because he only existed because of the planet's paralysis. The planet's paralysis has to exist first, and then Dusknoir would be born. I have not played the mini-story, so I don't want to spoil anything about that, but that's how I plan to wrap up this game. I figure it makes a good last epilogue to this game.
Furthermore, your distortion of space won't expand on its own. Then... Yes, the expanding distortion of space has nothing to do with you. It was blamed on you, however, so that you would be eliminated. It was all part of Darkrai's elaborate deception. Oh, Owen! I'm so glad. We're not beings that must not exist. It's okay for us to live in this world. We're not unwanted. Shinx. I don't know what you two went through, but it's just not possible for either of you, Shinx and Owen, to be unwanted in this world. If either of you went away, Shinx or Owen, it would make me sad. I think everyone at the guild would be sad too. It makes us happy that you're with us, Shinx and Owen. That's reason enough to keep existing. Wigglytuff. More than that, it's not just Shinx or Owen. Everyone here. All the Pokémon in the world. Not one of their lives is without meaning. So never think that you're not wanted ever again. Stay full of cheer, alright? Thank you, Wigglytuff.
This game's messaging is something that some people in the real world need to hear too. I think they're making a point for a reason.
Hey, but talk about dirty and dishonest. That Darkrai's a piece of work.
He never comes out in the open. He does his nefarious work from the shadows. If you confront him, he will always flee. That is how Darkrai has always done things. But Darkrai is doing something so unlike him right now. He has invited Shinx and Owen to confront him.
Am I definitely finishing Dark Crater today? I'm gonna try. I think I should have enough time. It's gonna be a bit close, and I might have to go a little bit over time, but I'm gonna try and do it.
It's true. Darkrai left those parting words. Darkrai told us to go to the Dark Crater, and that he would be waiting for us.
Cresselia, you believe that he demanded Shinx and Owen come to him for a reason, don't you? Do you believe that it's a trap?
Yes, it's a trap without a doubt.
It doesn't matter if it's a trap or not. If we don't stop Darkrai, he'll smother the whole world with darkness. We have to do something. We're going to the Dark Crater.
Okay. I respect your decision. I will accompany you. I have long been aware of Darkrai's scheme. I have pursued him a long time to thwart his plan. But every time I caught up to him, he would elude me. This time, he is waiting for us. I would like to settle this once and for all.
I'll go too.
Me too. Yup, I'll go, by golly.
I'm delighted by everyone's offer to help. I am afraid that Darkrai would be scared off if too many of us were to go. This is a rare chance to corner Darkrai and stop his nefarious scheme. Please be content with just the three of us going.
Oh, that's too bad. But I'd have to say you all are right. Don't worry, everyone. We'll be sure to defeat Darkrai and come back. Yes, you do that.
If anyone can, it's you.
You all take care, by golly. Everyone, thank you. Let's go, Owen. Let's go to the Dark Crater, where Darkrai awaits us.
To the northwest of here, there is a land of volcanic terrain. The Dark Crater is located there. Please tell me when you are ready to leave. I will guide you to the Dark Crater.
I do have to prepare a little bit.
I've heard you have to face a tough enemy, but you two can do it. You're sure to win. Don't lose faith.
I think I'm mostly good on what I have on hand, though. I think I just need to store stuff I don't want to take with me.
You show that Darkrai he picked the wrong bunch to mess with!
I wish for your success, Owen and Shinx.
Gummies. That'll do.
Please don't succumb to anyone bad. Go forward to victory. Fight! Fight!
I'm not sure if I can do that immediately. I think I need a cutscene to happen, and I think I have to pass some days first.
Go, 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 Owen and Shinx. Good luck, Owen and Shinx.
Don't let that Darkrai beat you.
Malevolent darkness. The darkness spreads and deepens. Its progress can be halted, yes, but only by you. I shall ask this of you. Stop Darkrai's future of nightmares.
You two throw everything you have into this, you two! You set that Darkrai straight!
Wait a minute. Link moves. Link moves. Do it. Yes! Finally, I have fixed it.
You're the only hope. You two have to beat Darkrai for us, please. Don't let that scheming Darkrai beat you.
Everything was Darkrai's doing. I, for one, am amazed. The two of you can do this, I know it. It just takes effort. Be strong for us and go bring peace to the world. Good luck. Go for it.
Best of luck. Do take care. Gengar. Something... no, sorry. And I'm not gonna deal with all the drinks right now because I just want to get a move on. I at least want to get all the dialogue that anyone might have, but I'm not gonna sit here and make drinks.
The whole plot to destroy Temporal Tower, and the plot to expand the distortion of space itself. It was all put into motion by that wicked Pokemon Darkrai. I must add my voice to all these already pleading for your help, Owen. Please stop Darkrai's awful scheme. Bring lasting peace to the world. Good luck.
My, there's no telling what traps are in store for you. Please, please be careful. Hey, don't let that Darkrai beat you now, hey. I'm gonna be looking forward to your team's safe return, Owen.
Yeah, you can't fail now.
I hope your team does well, Owen.
Go for it, you two! What? You'd rather go on sentry duty? That's fine, I suppose. Do a good job if you're gonna volunteer, you two. Really?
So it was all Darkrai's doing. You two can do it. You've shown me you can. It's all up to you to defeat that Darkrai.
Speaking of highlights, I did actually make a Twitch highlight of that one specific one. Alright. Let's go put a... Not in there. Let's go put a stop to Darkrai.
Very well. Let us be on our way. Off we go to the Dark Crater. So this is the entrance to the Dark Crater. Here we face Darkrai. There is no telling what he has in store for us. We must proceed with the utmost care.
Welcome to literal hell. Lots of fire-type Pokemon, and just kind of lots of unpleasantness in general. But I think I'm prepared for it. I hope I don't regret bringing extra, not getting more Reviver Seeds. I kind of have a lot, though. It should be okay. Oh god, Heat Wave! What on earth? Cresselia and Shinx took more damage from that than Owen. What? Huh? I'm gonna turn this on manual. Cresselia, you're gonna eat an Oranberry. Oh, I only have 2 Oranberries? What happened? That Growlithe used Heat Wave and it almost KO'd Cresselia. Somehow Owen took the least damage from the Fire-type move, and I do not understand. Oh, Cresselia doesn't have the IQ move to avoid lava, and because she's floating, she can go over lava. But because of how convection works, she then gets burned. God dang it. There goes the link. You know what? That's true, actually. Even though Owen is weak to fire, he does have the highest special defense in the party by, like, a mile, I think. Yeah, he has 133 special defense. Shinx has 110. Cresselia, I can't check, but, you know. I hope I find some more Aran berries or something, Charmander. I hope you don't know Heat Wave 2. Ooh, Doseed. Don't mind if I do. Ow. It was just such a funny freaking diarrhea tree. The Doseed makes a ton of... Oh, whoops. The Doseed makes a ton of Poke spawn on the next floor after the floor you use it on. Cresselia, you are gonna hang back there because of Earth Power. I thought there was a Pokemon in here that had the Earth Power freaking move. That's why I'm so glad I got that item I got with Shinx. It just heals him. Would Cresselia have Levitate? I'm not sure, and I'm nervous to test it. Even if Cresselia normally has it, the mod might have changed it. Because this mod did change some of the Pokemon's innate abilities. Well, I'll try letting Cresselia be around the next time. I don't know if that counts right now. I think she's still kind of in the hallway. Okay. Maybe it will be fine. What? You're running away. I want my experience, dang it. I was just worried because I think... Oh good, an extra Reviver Seed. Shinx's attack stat is super high right now. Let's see. Owen's is 114, Shinx's is 136. It's partially because of the exclusive items I have for him. And then on top of that, I gave him the Power Band. Oh right, I was saying I was nervous because I think I did some mission dungeon with a Pokemon that I thought would have had Levitate, but it didn't, so it got KO'd. I'm gonna be honest, I actually normally don't evolve the, what was it? It was Magnum? I think it might have been Magnemite. So maybe it's not, maybe it wouldn't have had Levitate. I just kind of thought it would because it literally floats in the air, but maybe it doesn't have the ability. I normally don't evolve the player and partner character in these games, but I was thinking about it, and I think I will this time, because we'll just say for the sake of like kind of plot, because it is oh geez, Fire Blast. It is actually what Shinx wanted. Like, Shinx clearly wanted to... Ooh. God, my special defense is insane. That was boosted with Blaze, and it still didn't KO me. It almost did, but it didn't. As I was saying, Shinx clearly wanted to evolve, so once the plot allows me to do that, I will go ahead and evolve Shinx into Luxray. And Owen, I'm gonna have evolve just into Grovyle and not go beyond that, because it's like, like in honor of their friend, you know what I mean? Keep them base Evo in Spirits. Can they even evolve in Spirits? Actually, don't tell me. I don't want to know anything about that mod. Actually, unless they got artists to draw a whole lot more facial expression portraits, which is possible that they could have, but unless they did that, I'm gonna say that you can't evolve during the story. You still don't even know the name? It is literally Explorers of the Spirit. That's what it's called. You meant post-game? It's pretty good stair luck, those couple floors. Cresselia, please do not burn yourself. Don't cut corners in the hall. When you have to go over lava to... Oh. Shinx, take this back. Ah, okay. You don't know what Spirits is? I mean, I don't think there's much more to it than what I said, necessarily. Like, it's a mod that tells a new story. Okay, yeah, Cresselia must have, Levitate in the mod, too. I know. Okay, we're partway there.
There's no telling when Darkrai will strike. Let's proceed with utmost caution.
Arcanine. Shinx, help me. Ah, alright. The boss is rough. At least I'm not as underleveled for this as I was for other stuff, so it shouldn't be too bad. Judging from the fact that I'm only 4 levels behind Cresselia. 20 floors? Dang, I thought I remembered the number 20 as well. But I wasn't sure if that applied to this. Ooh, Infernape. Youch! I do not need this. Actually, I do not want to 1v1 you, really. Boy, you missed the days of Mount Thunder. Part 2 being only 3 floors? Yeah. That'll do it, and Cresselia... Psychic. Oh, right, that's right. Infernape is part fighting. I might be going the wrong way. I kind of forgot which way the arrow was pointing when I spawned on this floor. Oh yeah? That's good that they made Cresselia's moveset a little better, considering they made everything else like higher level and all that. Do you remember any of what the moveset was? Did she have... Did Cresselia have that friggin' healing move that sets her own HP to 1 to heal everyone else? She didn't have that, did she? Blaziken. You can use Earth Power all you want. Cresselia and Shinx do not care, and Owen does not take all that much damage from it. In fact, Shinx rather likes it. Ooh, Steelix. Yikes. Level 55 or 60 in base game. You always go in under leveled. Yeah. You're like me then, you don't really grind too much. Honestly, playing a game like that has such a good plot, I always just want to, you know, get through the story. The only thing that can... Oops. The only thing that can get me to grind in an RPG is if they do side quests. If they have a lot of side quests. Because then I might want to do it to see, you know, little, like, character interactions and side story stuff. That, or if I literally just hit a wall where, like, it is just not working for me to try and get through at the level I'm at. For you, is wanting to evolve and recruit all the legendaries and play as them. Oh, to be fair, I speak more of, for me, I'm talking more about while, like, a main story is still going on. Once you get past, like, the main story, I'm a little more willing to do grinding. Because I did do that. Once I, like, finished this part of the plot, I went and just grinded my characters up to level 99 so that I could recruit other Pokemon more easily. As well as beat the legendaries more easily. Charizard. Shinx will deal with you pretty well. Oops. Ow. Ow. Bit risky to keep going when their HP is that low, but I'm gonna risk it. HP regen's pretty quick since they have so much HP. Yeah, I saw that Charizard and I'm just like, you are flying type. You are gonna get decimated by Shinx. Wait. Say. Yeah, I thought I remembered this about this dungeon. There's just like a lot of Pokemon that have Earth power. That was what sucked about it. One of the things that sucked about it. My move pool has been helpful for this dungeon, and the fact that Shinx has an item that literally just makes him absorb ground moves. Poison when to eat an Oranberry because you were low, but when your partner ate it, it took 10 HP away and almost died. Did you feed the berry to the Pokemon who was poisoned? I think you ate an Oranberry. Oh shoot, I didn't notice that happening. I stepped on a trap, rather Shinx stepped on a trap that spawned enemies. I think I better use an orb. I have not seen any grudge traps so far. This mod removed grudge traps from Destiny Tower. Apple. Oh yeah, I think I would prefer just the base game generally as well. But I'm glad I checked this out. It's neat to have something different. Shoot. Ugh. That's on me. I, kinda was a bit reckless there. That's 2 Reviver Seeds down in one shot. Cause that friggin' Charizard critted. With a room-sweeping attack. Oh, they changed it. It's not 20.
It's a dead end. This appears to be the deepest we can go. But where's Darkrai?
You've kept me waiting.
Darkrai!
Good of you to come, Shinx. Owen.
Why do you keep after us? You don't even know us!
I know you all too well. You especially, Owen.
What?
When you came to this world with Grovyle, Owen, you were caught up in an accident.
Accident? Oh, that's right. Grovyle once explained it. We had an accident traveling back in time.
Yes, you and Grovyle had an accident while traveling through time. You became separated as a result of it. You were also transformed from a human into a Pokémon, and you lost your memory as well. Has it not occurred to you how odd that accident was?
How odd?
Yes. Think of how the accident occurred. Precisely when you and Grovyle were traveling through time. That fails to strike you as odd.
Darkrai? Darkrai, you know something about it?
Naturally. That very accident was caused by none other than myself.
What? What did you say?
My wish is to engulf this world in darkness. I set my sights on Dialga's temporal tower because of its tie to time. I sabotaged Temporal Tower
That would have eventually led to the destruction of time. And ultimately, the planet's paralysis. However, Grovyle and Owen decided to meddle. I learned of their impending arrival from the future, and I attacked Grovyle and Owen as they traveled in time, so that I would be rid of them. But an unforeseen event made it impossible to be rid of either of them. It should have been enough, especially for Grovyle. However, do you know how you came to be a Pokemon, Owen? During the accident, you shielded Grovyle from my attack.
I shielded Grovyle?
Yes, you absorbed the brunt of the attack I'd intended for Grovyle. It appears your fierce will to protect your partner became entangled with the many dimensions during your time travel. As a result, you were transformed into a Pokemon.
And this is why, honestly, I kinda really... Do you fight Darkrai first, then Dialga second in Explorers of Time? No? No, that's not true at all. I played Explorers of Time. Yeah, that was a schoolyard rumor. That was false. I was gonna say, this is why I really do kinda like being Trico in this game. Because it feels like it makes sense. If his transformation into a Pokemon had to do with his thought of protecting his partner, and then, you know, of all the Pokemon he could have transformed into, he transforms into the same evolutionary line as his partner. I like it.
I did that? I assumed what I did was sufficient. I thought that I'd rendered you incapable of preventing the planet's paralysis. However, I underestimated your resourcefulness. You met with Shinx, and the two of you stopped the destruction of Temporal Tower. Because I'd underestimated and disregarded how much you would meddle, my original plan ended in failure.
That's why you decided to get rid of Owen and Shinx first this time. So they wouldn't be an impediment to your scheming. That's why you tried to break their spirit, even going so far as to use an imposter of me. Even now, you lured us here, so you could be rid of us all in one fell swoop.
Very good. I did indeed intend to do just what you say. But I've had a change of heart. So, Owen, Shinx, both of you are brave. You've shown great initiative. To be rid of you forever seems like a tragic waste. You've both shown so much promise. Why not join me?
What?
Why not join me in ruling a world full of darkness?
What? Rule the world with Darkrai?
It is entirely possible if we three band together. Well, will you join me?
Oh, Owen, Shinx, don't believe his lies. Shinx, are you listening? Maybe Darkrai is right. No, Shinx! Who are we kidding? We don't stand a chance against Darkrai anyway. It's pointless to resist. Joining Darkrai, it may be the best thing to do. Shinx! Why?
You chose wisely, Shinx. Very practical of you. Now, Owen, what will you do? When you are one of us, our first order of business will be Cresselia there. The three of us shall get rid of her together.
What did you say?
Now, Owen, come, join us here.
Don't go, Owen.
Please come here, Owen. Shinx! If you won't join us, Owen, Darkrai surely won't want just me. He'll get rid of me. Shinx.
Your choice, Owen. Will you join us?
The world of darkness is going to be wonderful, Owen.
You see, your trusted partner has seen the truth. Come, will you not rule the world with us? And you shall reign as Lord in the world of darkness. Now, Owen, consider your answer carefully. Join me and Shinx. We'll rule the world together.
Do that. I refuse. This is all a nightmare.
I know, the idea that Shinx would say that is so absurdly ridiculous. The world of darkness is going to be wonderful, Owen. Yeah, right. You frickin' gave yourself away, Darkrai.
Ugh!
Oh, Owen! Oh, Owen.
You?
I was right. I was being deceived. Darkrai was showing me an illusion. I was close.
Blast it! I was on the verge of success! Is that your answer, Owen?
Of course. Shinx would never consider even saying something like that. Join with Darkrai. Not on my life. A world of darkness. I won't let it happen!
So be it. You've made the wrong choice. There's nothing left to say. I will be rid of you now.
We're surrounded! I knew it. I figured that you would do something like this.
Say what you will. This is where I will finally be rid of you meddlers. I will seize control of the darkened world as its king. This is it. Attack!
Here we go. As always, start with agility. I should have brought more seed items. You are probably immune to sleep. Bet you're not immune to this Excise Seed! Sucker. Okay. Who else do I want to take out of the fight? Oh man, that is unfortunate. Alright. Well, that was quick. I wonder. I'm a little worried. I'll just use an Excise Seed on you. Oh, please go, Shinx. Nope, paralyzed. Nothing doing. Again, Spark! Excellent. Cresselia. Wind Blast? Sure. You can't paralyze Owen! He's got the Limber passive. Let's try and take out Electivire. Crunch! Can't. Paralyzed. Great. Again, Crunch! Cresselia, use Energy Ball. Psychic is super effective against ghost types. I couldn't remember whether or not it was the other way around. Crunch! Okay. No, I know, I believe you. I'm just saying I couldn't remember whether or not it was the other way around, which is why I didn't risk it. Oh, right, Darkrai is a dark ghost type. Spark, then. Wait, what type is Darkrai? Wind Blast? There we go. That went pretty well.
We did it. This is the end for you, Darkrai.
Cresselia, don't you remember? I said you cannot catch me!
Hey, what is that? It's a dimensional hole.
This dimensional hole may take me to the future or the past. Even I don't know where it will lead me. But I've failed only in this time. I will simply plunge the world into darkness in another time.
Stop! Darkrai! You're not getting away.
Too bad for you. I can slip away from time with just one step. You cannot catch me.
Oh,
Goodbye to you. Well, how do you like that? Finally, in the end, it ends in my ultimate victory.
I won't allow that!
What? You're...
Palkia!
You will pay a grave price for expanding the distortion of space, Darkrai! This is a strike for justice! Take this!
What? Oh!
There is no escape!
The dimensional hole. The dimensional hole completely shattered, with Darkrai still inside of it. I heard Darkrai scream. Did Darkrai disappear forever?
No, that has not happened. He has suffered grievous damage and been banished to some unknown place. But wherever he may be, he lives.
When he recovers from injury, won't Darkrai go back to his wicked ways? That remains to be seen. Because when Darkrai entered the dimensional hole, he began to time travel. At that precise moment, he was struck with Palkia's attack.
Actually, Wobbuffet, there is an answer to this within this game. I'll get to that.
Remember what Darkrai said about Owen's arrival from the future? Darkrai attacked during time travel, so Owen got hit with amnesia. So just like Owen, it's likely that Darkrai has lost his memory as well. Darkrai has lost his memory? Yes, Darkrai will likely never recover his memory, and he will wander lost through the world. Darkrai?
We are done with him. He will not likely expand the distortion of space again. I will return to Spatial Rift. I foresee no reason to ever return here. Farewell.
There is a little more to it. I'll try and show it just before I end stream.
Well, that is that. Shall we also go back? Yes. Let's go home, Owen. Back to Treasure Town. And that's how our fight against Darkrai ended.
returned to Treasure Town, we were thrilled by how excited everyone was at our return. We had been fully fooled by Darkrai. Oh, I should have guessed.
So I had thought that neither Owen nor I had a place in this world. But when everyone surrounded us and was glad to see us back, that's when I finally thought, it's wonderful to be alive.
This is basically the end of the story, yeah. But there is something related to the Darkrai thing that I want to show.
Little Azurill woke up from his nightmare. I'm so glad that everyone was well. I remember what Wigglytuff said. Every Pokemon in the world exists for a reason. Even the ones that mean harm to others.
You're thinking there's one more big story beat? There isn't another big story beat, but you could be thinking of maybe the future, side plot, side story, special episode thing. Since that's usually a good thing to play right after this.
Even that Darkrai. After all this, my adventures with Owen will continue. We'll see many things, and we'll make new discoveries. We have gone back to Luminous Springs since then, but we still can't evolve there.
Yeah, there's a couple little things, but nothing big.
However, we can exist here. We can live here. And that alone is something that we should be happy and grateful about. That's what I finally learned. Yes, Owen. Thank you for always being with me. Let's keep on exploring. May our friendship last forever.
The Exploration Team Federation has sent a message. You can now visit all of the 7 treasure dungeons. I guess they just gave me all of them now if I didn't already get all of them. Congrats on beating Skies, but this is just the beginning. Recruit Dialga, Palkia, and Regigigas to see new events. Visit new dungeons, achieve Guildmaster rank, obtain the 7 treasures, and unlock a new dungeon. There's so much more to do. Yep. So there's still gonna be definitely a bit of me playing this. I'm gonna actually let me save there. I'm just gonna close this for now, but I'm not doing it to stream just yet. In order to show what I wanted to show, I'm gonna load base game, because I have like a basically completed save file. So, after you get through that story, I forget which dungeon it is. It's one of the water dungeons. Darkrai becomes a wandering random legendary that you can recruit. But it's something very interesting with him. I'm gonna have him join the team, and I'm gonna go talk to him in the cafe. I am at the ready. What? Oh, come on, no, I know there's... Oh, there we go.
The darkness sleeps inside me. I can still feel it at times.
Are you prepared to leave? Then let's be off. Wherever you go, I shall follow. Let me emphasize it. Wherever. That one line is kind of all you get, but basically the Darkrai you recruit is the Darkrai from the story. He probably got sent at least a bit into the past. He lost his memory. He has no evil ambitions anymore, but, you know, that darkness still sleeps somewhere within him, I suppose. But he's not causing trouble. You can go on explorations with him. And that's basically it. I think I'm gonna have to call it there for tonight. But from here, it's mostly just gonna be dungeon stuff, you know? There's just a couple small little plot beats that are gonna happen, but mostly I'm just gonna be exploring optional dungeons and trying to see the new mod stuff and all of that. And once I get through everything, I want to show off a mod called Explorers of the Spirit, which tells a new story. That seems like it's maybe going to be something of a sequel. I don't know too much about it, and I don't want to know too much about it. I want to go in blind and just have fun that way, but yeah. Thanks for coming out and hanging out, as always, and I'll be streaming again tomorrow night. And yeah, just till then, take care, and yeah. I'll see you soon. Yeah, and I'm gonna say preemptively, definitely don't tell me anything about Explorers of the Spirit, anything you might know, and like, even like, I would prefer you don't even hint at stuff probably as we go. I really want to be surprised. I don't want to have anything happen happen in the main game of this mod. But yeah, good night, and see you tomorrow, or whenever.